Benchwarmers Basement Banter. I am your host, Alan Wood, with my co-host,
Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers.
The one and only, in my book.
I don't play for the Jets, but some would say I'm better.
He's overrated, has been. He got more heart.
That's right.
I hope he's not ever listening. He could kick my ass. But anyway, it's beside the point. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome back. And I'm going to go ahead and apologize beforehand. This good old Southern Illinois weather and kiddos has about got the best of me. Sound like crap, but we'll try to get through this. Today, we are going to do our MLB division predictions for all divisions. Should be fun. We briefly touched on the Central in our last video. That was, well, about an hour and a half. But anyway, we'll try to get more to the point on this one. We are going to start in the AL East. But before that, I would like to give a shout out to our little compadre, your son, Owen, who apparently is an NBA betting shark. Guru.
That's right.
Oracle? That might be a good
Oracle.
What is his record?
He's 24-13 going into the day. We'll be doing another video of his tomorrow, but
that's spread betting, ladies and gentlemen.
It's
that is
spread
not
betting.
Straight up moneyline crap. That's amazing. I mean, I couldn't get 50% on spreads.
I wish I would have done the math on it because the average is probably about 110 on a spread. If you're 11 over on your bets,
let's not get too carried away.
Yeah, shoot.
All right, bottom line is that's like a 661 percentage. That's very good.
Yes.
That will put money in your bank account. So, anyway, shout out to him. Hell, it may not want to listen to us. Just listen to him. But bringing him in on this, I've got a little wager for him. All right. In these division picks, every one that I get wrong.
Talking about just the winners?
Yeah, the one that I picked the wrong winner. 6 of them. I think every one that I get wrong. Let's have a little fun. And now, you guys have to do your part. I'm new to this YouTube thing, so we got to get a fair amount of views here, though. Like, if we get, say, 100 views, that sound good? 100 views, we're starting small. Every one that I get wrong, how about a water balloon to the Nads, courtesy of yours truly, Owen?
I mean, the way I see it and the way that I've seen your luck run, that's up to 6 watermelons in the Nads.
It's not looking good downstairs, is it?
It's not looking good downstairs.
My wife would so support this.
And
I think she's good with our 2 kids.
As the father of that child, he's got impeccable aim.
All right, so I guess we better pick this crap right.
That's right.
And on the flip side, well, I guess I'll just have to put enough money on these division winners that I'll feel good about it if I win anyway. So we'll go with that. All right,
so there you have it. Vasectomy.
We got. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't think that's textbook how you do it, but if he gets the job done, once again, my wife will probably be very thankful to him. Save a little money, sweetie. All right, so we're going to start in the AL East. And do you want to go bottom up or just pick your division winner?
Let's go bottom feeders to winners.
Okay. Well, I think down in the 5-hole, I've got Boston down there.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
Yeah. I'm not going to knock them. Like, they have some young talent.
They do.
Awesome ballpark, too.
I mean, they got Tyler O'Neill from us. He's probably going to go for 40 home runs.
That might be. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all. It'd be so St. Louis. But yeah, the O'Neill, I mean, they've got some offensive talent. They've got Yoshida leading off. They've got Rafael Devers. I love that guy. They've got Trevor Story. Forget it. They've got him. Tristan Casas. I think
Story does a little bit of a bounce back from this last year. I can see that. I think that he's going to be more the player that they expected when they signed.
Absolutely. If he's healthy, I don't think he's going to get back to the Colorado days. That's kind of grasping at straws there. But I think he will. And ergo, they've got a pretty good lineup top to bottom. But then you have the pitching. What do you say?
Well, their opening day starter is Brian Bello. So,
hey, watch it. That's one of my sleepers.
Well, that's fine. He's great. He's a great young arm, but he's a young arm. He's not your ace. Like, he shouldn't be your ace.
It's not real intimidating when you see that name on opening day.
No, it is not. It is not.
No, they just don't have enough pitching. The bullpen, Kenley Jansen, I think his arm is still attached, hanging in there.
It is. I think that he got his 300th save last year, if I remember.
I believe you're right.
And
definitely on the backside of his career, though.
Absolutely.
I think so.
Absolutely.
And you got to get to him. Like, the rotation doesn't look great. Like, you mentioned Bayo. They've got Nick Pivetta, Whitlock, Cutter Crawford, like, just not enough, I don't think, to get it done. So we're going to put them in 5th. Now, this next one makes me very nervous. Because Tampa Bay has been known for a little bit of that devil voodoo magic.
Yes.
And I feel like putting them 4th, this is going to be my first water balloon to the Nads right here. They're probably going to somehow pull this off.
They might win the division. You're right.
I wouldn't put it past them. They were right there last year. Wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah.
Came up a little short, but I mean, their lineup, it's nothing impressive, I don't think. I mean,
It never is, though.
No, it isn't. It doesn't have to be.
It never is.
Neither. They get the most. I think they're the best in baseball of getting the most out of the least. It's amazing what they do. Year in, year out.
Personally, I'm going to go 4th place Blue Jays.
Really?
I'm going to go Blue Jays on that.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing you have Blue Jays like 2 or something.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
I think
we like this, though. We don't want to be on the same page.
Yeah. I'm going to go Blue Jays just because
Interesting.
It's been underwhelming how they've got all the same players they had last year. It's not anything different.
Yeah.
And every year they're hitting 3, they're hitting 4. They're not getting to that level, and
I agree.
I'm not sure if they will.
It seems like all these guys are development stalled. Like, I mean, you've got names. You've got Bichette. You've got Vlad. They've got offensive firepower.
The offense talent is there. Absolutely.
Yeah, it is. Springer Dinger somehow still going. About the back end of his. Well, I wouldn't say that. He's still got a little bit of tread left on the tires. But and pitching. I mean, I like Gosman. They've got some names. They've got Barrios, Bassett, Kikuchi. Like, they've got some talent, and that's why I've got him at number 2. Like, I like what they've got. I see your point, though. You know, Vlad kind of took a step back last year. Bichette, the same. A lot of their young talent.
Bichette's actually very consistent, but he's being overshadowed by what Vlad is capable of doing. And I think that he's been hitting behind Vlad in the lineup most, or is he ahead of him?
And he's ahead of him. He usually hits out of the 2-hole. I think they usually have Springer leading off.
Yep.
Bichette second, Vlad. I mean, it's a heck of a start to the order. They've got Justin Turner now, too. They came from the Red Sox, so intriguing. Yep. But we'll get to the top of the division. I don't think they have enough to get over the top. And I could see them flip-flopping. I could. But you've got Toronto 4th.
I've got Toronto 4.
All right, who's 3rd for you?
I've got the Yankees at 3.
I agree.
I've got the Yankees at 3.
If the Yankees had Garrett Cole, I could see them challenging Baltimore. I could. But you take Cole out of the rotation. I mean, do you really think Carlos Rodon's going to bounce back?
I don't. I think that he might be a 10-win pitcher.
I think he'll obviously be better than last year. Yeah. But the money they're paying him for, I never was a huge Rodon fan. I mean, the health was issues. He's really a 3-pitch.
He's shown ace stuff at times.
He has, but durability.
Durability's not there.
He had one. I don't think he's ever 200 innings. I'm pretty sure of that. But yeah, the stuff filthy went right. But this spring, he's not looked right.
He has not.
He's given up a fair share of homers to Yankees farmhands. Not great. Which, we'll see. But
Trevor Bauer doesn't do that. I believe he went 6 innings scoreless.
You think Mo's out there listening to this? Like, hey, we ought to start that.
Sign Trevor Bauer.
Go fund
League minimum. He'd be our best pitcher immediately.
Yeah, damn right. I'm a Bauer guy. We'll get around to that later. Hell, who cares? Bauer's awesome. But yeah, I agree. Their lineup much better than last year. They actually had trouble in that ballpark putting up runs last year. And now it does contingent on health. But adding Soto, obviously that helps. He's going to be there. Judge, he worries me, honestly, being on the field. He's already had spring training setback with general body soreness, and I'm like...
I think that this is going to be the year that we get a healthy Aaron Judge. We get a healthy Giancarlo.
He is, what is that, best shape of my life combo?
That's what he says. That's what he says. That being said, the pitching's not there, and I still put him at 3.
Yeah, I agree. And they've got some young talent. Anthony Volpe, Oswaldo Peraza's hurt, but they have the pieces on offense, but the rotation just, it's a little shy for what these top teams are, I think. So I've got them at 3-2. And this is where we're flipped. I've got Toronto 2nd.
Yeah, we've got Tampa Bay and Toronto flipped.
Okay, flipped.
I've got Tampa Bay at 2.
Okay.
Because of that voodoo magic, man. They're there every year.
Let's see, this offseason, they made a trade with us, right?
Yep.
They got Richie Palacios. So he's guaranteed to be a 30-homer guy. Like, there you go.
25 minimum.
I agree. Probably 2020, man. So, yeah, they have that going for them. So we must at least agree at the top of the division.
Yeah. Baltimore? I'm all Baltimore Orioles. I think they're talented. I think they're young. I think they're a well-rounded team.
I love Baltimore. I really do. I mean, the offense, top to bottom, and they're not even starting.
I was excited about them last year.
I was too.
And they fell a little bit flat of what I thought they'd do last year, and I think this is the year they take the step.
They won the division last year. Like, they did just on the playoffs.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I thought that was among the best teams in baseball last year.
They were. I thought last year they were a year ahead of the party. Like, I really thought they had a lot of young guys. Their development system, draft, developed amazing. I mean, they're cranking out homegrown talent left and right. Rutschman, Henderson. Henderson wasn't even that high. He was a high draft pick. I think he was second round, but still not like a number one pick.
I think Adler was number one overall, right?
He was. Yes, he was. But they've got Mullins leading off, Rutschman, Henderson, Mountcastle. Hell, in their minors, too. They've got Holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even make the team out of spring.
I expect to see him June, somewhere in there.
We'll
see him before the
All-Star. He's going to be
break.
major league ready. I think he's not going to be a guy. He had amazing play discipline in the minors. I think it helps being Matt Holiday's son, having a batting cage in your
I bet he's
house.
been around a pretty good system.
Well, he's not going to be overwhelmed. A lot of these guys come up. This kid's been in major league ballparks since he was, born.
Yep.
I mean, he's not. He's been around these guys. He's polished. He's got the prestigious track record. He's going to be fine. He's coming up. They've got Colton Cowser. They've got Colby Mayo.
I forgot about Cowser.
He made the team. Now, I don't know that he has a starting spot, but they've also got Keston Hersted's the guy's name. Hell of a power bat.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 draft pick years ago. They've got... And the thing of it is, they added an ace without giving up this talent. They've got Burns for a year deal.
Mm-hmm.
Hell of a deal. Thanks, Milwaukee.
The addition to Burns is what put them over the top for me.
I agree. Well, they're pitching too. This team all the way around. You've got Burns. I love Grayson Rodriguez. I think he takes the next step this year.
Yeah.
I really do. I think he has ace-like qualities.
We had the shoulder issue last year, I believe.
He had a lat issue.
Lat. Okay.
Yeah.
That's still shoulder.
He's had... Yeah, you're close. We are not MBs, guys. We're not. So, there's other people for that. But they've got... the rotation's solid top to bottom. You've got Tyler Wells, Dean Kramer, Kyle Bradish. And even there to start the year. Excuse me. They've got, I think, head and shoulders above the rest of the division. They're going to go far. The Pen. I don't know how well I feel about that Craig Kimball guy they signed.
He's not Atlanta Craig Kimbrell anymore.
No,
He's not.
We're past that.
Is he better than Cubs Craig Kimbrell? I think so.
I hope so.
I
He
think
wasn't terrible last year. They also have that, Yanier Cano, I believe is his name. Pretty good setup, guys. So I can see if Kimbrell falters, him moving into that. Just think if this team still had Felix Bautista. Holy crap.
Cano had a great season last year.
Yeah.
He was
he kind of came from out
fantastic.
of nowhere, I think. I believe he's a 30-year-old. Good stuff, but just put it together. And that happens with relievers.
Honestly, I wanted to put him on the fantasy team this year. Got drafted before I could take him.
Yeah. No, I don't blame him. I don't.
Because I could see him taking that closer role from Kimbrell.
I could. Well, they've got depth in the pen. I don't think there's a weakness here. They've got minor league reinforcements. This team, it's a hell of a team.
Mm-hmm.
So we agree on that one. All right, so
let's move on to the AL Central.
I won't get a water balloon on this one.
I think that you're good on that.
I'm going to make up for it on this one, probably.
This one's going to be... It's the Central Division in both leagues is honestly just who wants to. I
think it's a crapshoot. I think both. You're right. Both Central divisions. These were the hardest two to pick.
Yeah, they're toss-ups.
They are. I think we can agree on the bottom. White Sox.
Oh yeah.
This is like one of those teams. You got a very simple analysis with the White Sox, the Oakland A's, who else? Colorado Rockies. It's just they suck. Beginning, end of story. White Sox do have a little bit of individual talent. You've got Robert still there. I'm sorry for him.
Eloy.
Yeah, Eloy, Andrew Vaughn.
You bring on any of those three guys, really.
Yeah, that's fair.
They're going to fall down and get injured.
Yeah, it is. And probably not a lot of motivation on that still field when your team's going to maybe win 50 games max. They're terrible. I'm excited to see Garrett Crochet. Picked him up in fantasy. I don't think he's going to get 100 innings, but he was a first-round draft pick. Excited to see what he's got. After that, I got nothing on pitching.
The thing is, the White Sox looked so promising 3 years ago.
Yeah, they did. Even last year, going into the season with the rotation, you had Giolito, you had Lynn. You had talent.
Mm-hmm.
And
you had Rodon in there at one point in time,
too. They had him a couple years ago.
Yep.
I think they did make the playoffs maybe 2 years. But it just fizzled out quick. And their position talent. I thought they had staying ability. And it just, didn't materialize. But I think they're in a rebuild for a few years. Speaking of rebuild, the next team I've got, Kansas City. I've got 4th place. Nothing against them. I love KC. Right down the road. It's my football team. They've got young talent. I love Bobby Witt.
I'm actually right there with you on the 4th slot for Kansas City.
Okay.
While I do think that they're a fast and young team, they're just not there yet.
I agree.
They're just not there yet.
They're a year off, you think?
Yeah, I think there is some young talent there that can make some waves in maybe 2-3 years. Right now, we're not there.
I think offensively, they are. The ballpark's not great for hitting environment, but I think they've got talent. I mean, like I said earlier, I love Bobby Witt. They have Mikel Garcia, who's going to play third for them. Very underrated. I mean, this kid, he's got bat-on-ball skills, speed. Vinny P. I love Vinny P.
Mm-hmm.
Give me that Italian stallion all day.
That's right.
I mean, he got the power. He got OBP. He gets on base. Doesn't strike out a crazy amount. Love the kid. They got Nelson Velasquez from the Cubs about nothing. The dude. I mean, he's a three outcome hitter. It's either home run, strikeout.
Well, it's not bad to have one of those on your team.
Yeah.
You can't have a bunch of them, but you can have one.
Right. And they've got Hunter Renfroe, Melendez. I forgot. Salvador Perez is still there.
Mm-hmm.
Old man.
Unfortunately, I think that the tenure of Perez is probably not going to outlive the upcoming of the Kansas City Royals.
Yeah, I agree. You don't think he's going to pull Yachty?
I don't think so. I think so. I think
we're
we're looking at maybe 2 or 3 years
I'd
of
say
Perez.
right. He's really slowed down in a hurry.
Yes.
I hate it. Love the guy.
He was elite 2 years ago.
He was.
That's
he
the
was.
thing.
But I think his time's running out. The only pitcher I want to highlight, I love Cole Reckons.
Fantastic.
Dabble a lot in fantasy baseball. This is a guy.
He's top 10 MLB pitcher.
Crap out of him. I think he can be. His stuff since coming to Kansas City, I mean, it was just like a light switch flipped. Which also he finally got healthy. But fastball, velo, slider, uptick. He's a stud. I think so. After that, you've got Seth Lugo, Brady Singer, Michael Wacha still around. Not a lot. But, I could see them surprising us. And I could see them being anywhere from 2 to 4. I could. But now, who do you have in your 3-hole? This is where it gets interesting.
In my 3-hole,
Sorry, I've got Cleveland there.
Ooh, I've got Cleveland winning.
Ooh, I love it. Dicey.
In my 3-hole, I have the Twins.
Okay, I've got them second.
Okay.
All right. Like these top 3 teams, honestly, I think they're interchangeable.
I think so. I think so.
Like the NL Central.
Yeah.
I think when we get to that, top 3 interchangeable.
I mean, we're picking from the garbage pile.
Yeah, pretty much. But this division might actually be better, which is oof. But all right, so I've got Cleveland. Their pitching staff could make me look stupid. Bieber supposedly is throwing harder, looks better. I don't think
that's why I have them so high. I think that pitching wins games.
It does win games. It
does.
But I'll get to that later. I think Detroit's going to shock you. I really do. If you got them at 3, then. Oh no, I'm sorry.
I've got Detroit at 2. I've got Detroit at 2.
Okay. So yeah, but Cleveland. I mean, they've got you got Bieber. I love Gavin Williams. He's another fantasy sleeper. Give you that there. I gotta keep fantasy baseball out of this. It's hard. But
draft him.
Yeah, draft him now. As long as his elbow's okay. Yeah.
That's right.
But Tanner Bybee, they've got Logan Allen, their lefty in the rotation, like top to bottom this rotation. Yeah, honestly, it could be easily top 10 in baseball. It could be top 5.
Yeah.
Got potential. A lot of injury issues. Oh, Tristan McKenzie, too. He's back. String bean. There we go.
He can be very good. He's electric. He's got stuff.
Got to stay on the field.
He's got to stay on the field. And he can also be susceptible to the home run.
Yeah, very much so. Strike out 200, maybe 30, 40 gopher balls. Maybe.
Yep.
But, their lineup, it's not terrible. Like we were talking earlier, it's like, that's going to hold them back. The more I look at it, you got J-Rams, you got Hope. I mean, that goes a long way. Josh Naylor, Stephen Kwan leading off. You've got pieces there. I don't know. I don't think it's enough to get them there. And, I mean,
they didn't have a particularly exciting lineup last year, though.
That's true. And they came up a little short.
Yeah.
I think that'll hold them back. I do like that Brian Rocchio kid they've got. I believe he's starting at short for them this year. Jimenez is still there. Andres Jimenez. They've got steroid guy, Laureano. They signed him from Oakland. Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
They've got, oh my gosh, Chase DeLauder in the minors. Freaking love that kid. I mean, he's like your typical 6'5", 240 power guy. They've got some pieces. I could see it going right and them winning it. I could. I'm not going to say rule that out. But I've got them in 3rd. I've got Minnesota 2nd. You had 3rd.
I had Minnesota 3rd.
Thoughts on Minnesota? Solid?
I mean, it seems like the last few years they're always there.
They are. Rocco Baldelli. There you go. Hell of a manager. that goes a long way. Top to bottom of their lineup, you've got Edward Julian, Buxton. Jesus, if he can stay on the field.
Julian, I love it. The Swiss Army knife.
I do.
He can play anywhere. And he's going to have good on-base percentage. He's going to have a decent average. He's probably going to hit you 20, 25.
I hope they stick him there leading off and I give him a chance against lefties. That's held him back. I think a lot of these guys just freaking run him out there.
Yep.
See what he can do. Royce Lewis, I love him. I hope he doesn't tear his ACL again. He's injuries. That's all that's held him back. I mean, that poor kid, he's had 2 ACL surgeries, countless injuries. I mean, you saw it. What he hit? Grand Slam record. I forget, he hit 6 last year.
Yeah.
He's got the career total Grand Slams of guys like A-Rod.
Well, I mean, honestly, he hit 3 in like 5 games.
Yeah, he did. It was like every day.
Yeah.
I think he hit 17 homers in like 50-some games last year. Like, the potential is there. You just got to get him on the field.
Mm-hmm.
If he is healthy, like, that could go a long way.
He's also a guy that can steal 30 bags.
I don't know if he still can. Before the ACL surgery,
that's fair.
And it's been fluky. Like
before ACL surgery number 1 or 2.
Yeah, that's fair. I think one of them. Oh my gosh, fluke is all get at. It was like the COVID year. He slipped on ice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, how you get hurt during COVID? That's a rough one.
How do you get fired on your day off?
Right, one of those deals. It's impressively terrible. It really is. But yeah, so maybe give up the ice skating, stick to baseball. We'll see. It might go a long way. But Alex Kilroth, if he could ever stay on the field. Max Kepler, like, they've got the talent, top to bottom off.
Kepler, I like. Kilroth kills me.
Kills me.
He is so talented.
I don't know if he'll ever put a good wrist. It's been reoccurring wrist problems.
Yeah.
Like, and he's had different surgeries. Like, I was telling you about him years ago. I was like, I love this kid. It's a prospect. Solid bat-to-ball skills.
He's just never put it together.
No, he can't.
Between injuries and just, I don't know if he's in his own head, because he's also not hitting for average. It's not just a power thing.
But once again, if it's the wrist, we've seen that time and time again, that saps not just power.
Mm-hmm.
They get your mechanics out of whack. I pray he can be healthy. I mean, that go a long way with these guys. The rotation, I mean, solid. That's, I think, why I put them so low. I love Papa Lopez. I'm not a big Joe Ryan guy. I think he's a gimmicky pitcher.
Put him so low, you put him number 2.
In their rotation?
Oh, I thought you were talking about in the bid.
Minnesota. No. Well, yeah, I've got him number 2, but that's why I don't have them winning it again.
Yeah, okay.
I think that their rotation, I'm not saying it's bad. I just think it's slightly overrated. I could be wrong on it. Bailey Ober, there's been a lot of reviews of him out of spring, turning the corner. Chris Paddock is still around, alive. Who'd have thought?
He could be good.
If he comes back to his San Diego form when he first came up, could be. Louis Varland, their back of their pen hurts with Duran.
I kind of love Varland. I think Varland is very underrated. I think that he can be a good pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
A solid option.
Well, especially as you're number 5. 4 or 5.
He'd be
Like, the more we talk about this, I'm like, oh, crap. I'm kind of going against my gut feeling here. But, Owen, get warmed up. This could go bad for me. But, I don't know. I think it's a lot of stuff that needs to go right. All these teams need that, though. But, all right, so that comes to number 1. I've got Detroit. And that is probably my biggest reach on this.
Okay.
Probably until the next division. That might be sketchy, too. We'll see.
Yeah.
I love what they've got going along there. Tarek Skubal. I put money down on him to win the Cy Young. Cy Young. I feel it.
Really?
Like, yep. I really do. He's got great stuff. Ever since he came back he had a shoulder issue, throwing harder. If you would remember years ago, like, coming up, they had the best minors pitching there was. Skubal was the third horse in that. You had Casey Mize, number 1 draft pick, Matt Manning, and those guys, go figure, pitching, injuries have held them back. They're all back, healthy now. I don't know innings limit where they'll be out there. But I think Skubal can take that next step. Like, I think he has ace stuff. They've got Kenta Maeda. I think if he's health depends a lot on this rotation.
I'm looking at I'm sitting here, the gears are turning on your AL Cy Young prediction here.
All right.
And I'm thinking, like, he doesn't have a ton of competition. Most of your huge aces over there in the AL are down.
That Garrett Cole injury made me feel a little better about this. Which I liked it before.
Because he was the obvious favorite.
I mean, he just won it last year. So, that goes a long way. But, which I wasn't going to say he wins it by default. I like the kid, but that does help.
Corbin Burns is probably his top competition.
I believe so. I would have to pull up, see where the odds are at. But I know Burns was up there. But yeah, I think he has, regardless who else is out there, like, he's came back, thrown his fastball harder. I think he has the stuff to get there. They've got Jay Flair. We saw that in St. Louis.
He can be electric. He can be great.
You know how to make him great?
Make him want to play on your team?
make him want to go out and pitch. Yeah, that's it. He's a head case, I'm not going to lie. But, I think he needs to change the scenery. Yeah, that's no kidding. If only. But between him, Mize, Olsen, I just think the staff's getting overlooked. I do. Their lineup, I like it. I mean, I really think Riley Green I think he was injury away from breaking out last year.
Yeah,
and
you've got like Torkelson took a big step up last year, and I think he can continue on that.
The key there, if Javier Baez decides to play baseball this year,
that is no joke. He was fantastic in Chicago, and then he came over to, I think he went to San Francisco. He went
to the Mets.
Mets, that's right. That's right.
And then he got paid.
He got paid
downhill,
and
it's a rough ballpark for him. Detroit saps power.
It is.
Which plays into his pitching staff, I hope. But, but regardless, I like Kerry Carpenter. I really like him. They signed Mark Canha. I think he's very underrated. Good OBP guy.
Yep.
I love Colt Keith. I think he rakes in the minors. Like, I think he's got potential.
He's going to hit for average.
Yeah, I think so. The ballpark might express a little power, but I think he still get 20. 20 or second base.
Yep.
I'll take that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, top to bottom, I like their lineup. And the pen. I'm already being bold here. Their closer's not the most impressive, Alex Lang. You remember Shelby Miller? Some of those days?
Yep.
Yes, sir. I'm going to go back to the well. I always liked his stuff. And, I mean, now he's looked good in spring training. There's a possibility he can end up closing for him. Got Andrew Chafin?
I mean, he's got the strong arm. He's got some good movement on his pitches. He can definitely be that type of pitcher. It never went together for him as a starter.
Right.
So,
injuries again.
Yeah. Maybe that's a better home for him.
I think it is.
And I think that it could be something that works out for him. Do I think that he's going to be a top 5 closer? No. Do I think that he can be a top half closer?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I just think he could help solidify their pen. And like I say, he's not even got it to start the year. They've got Alex Lang, who was fine, Andrew Chafin. They've got depth there. I don't know. I want to gamble on them. I like their pitching. I think their offense can take the step forward. All around, I like them. So I'll put my money there.
Well, since we're talking about pitching, that's why I picked who I want to win the Central. And that is the Guardians. I think their starting pitching top to bottom is just superior to just about anyone. I think that the Tigers' rotation does have potential.
It does.
But I think that the Guardians has both proven and potential.
Yeah.
I think that their starting rotation is probably one of the better in baseball. It's in the top third anyway.
It's got the potential to be. I'll give you that. Yeah. So we differ a little bit there. You've got Cleveland.
Our bottom 2 are the same. Our top 3 are a little bit
all mixed around.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
You gotta have a little parity. That's more fun.
I like it.
Yeah. All right, so we'll go to the AL West next, and this I think we're gonna have a little more of that parity there. We'll see. This one, I'm not feeling real good about our little.
Well, we've got different winners. We've got different winners for sure. I guarantee that.
I think the bottom's the same. Oakland.
Yeah. That's not going anywhere.
Do we really have to say much?
We don't really have to talk much. Oakland's trash.
If this was AAA, they might have a shot.
Oakland's trash.
They are. Get your ass to Vegas. All there is to it. So we got Oakland.
I have a feeling our number 4 is likely the same as well.
We got the Fighting Mike Trouts there. Is that what you
we got the Fighting Mike Trouts. We got the Fighting
free Mike Trout, please, someday. Yes. I get loyalty, but man, get out of there.
He's not.
You're a winner.
He likes it there, man.
He does. He'll
never have to worry about being the star because Ohtani left.
That's true. I mean, he's back on the billboards. That's all there is.
That's right.
They do have some good young talent. Like, I'm a big Logan O'Hoppe guy. Love the kid. In the catcher position, defensively, not great. Hits a lot of. I think he's got surprising power. I think he's a good player. They've got Zach Neto, shortstop, coming up. They're fine. If Anthony Rendon would decide he actually likes to still play baseball, that's a problem.
He's getting old.
He's getting old.
But he did just get paid. He's kind of a Javier Baez.
Well, yeah, at least Javi tries to go out and play on the field.
Yeah.
Rendon.
He's on the field. He's just not doing anything.
Let's talk some PR here, buddy. I mean, you've played 50 games the last 2 years. They gave you a crap ton of money. And you literally come out this offseason like, the baseball season's too long.
Yeah. He's legitimately said in this offseason, I believe, on his social media, is that baseball is a job to me.
Yeah, it's a job. And
it's going to be more than a job to me. It's actually something that he said.
I get putting your family faith first.
Yep.
But holy crap, when the team's paid you this much money, you might want to show a little more enthusiasm.
Or just don't say that out loud.
Yeah, exactly. Just say, hey, I'm excited to be here and play. Let's go. We're going to prove people wrong. Just a thought, but, they've got Taylor Ward. They've got some pieces, not enough. Pitching, I like Griffin Canning a little bit. Chase Silseth.
Their pitching never turns out to be as good
Patrick
as what you
Sandoval.
think it can be. They can sign big money pitchers. It's just like the Mets signing big money pitchers. It doesn't work out.
It doesn't. Who was that lefty they signed from Texas? C.J. Wilson.
Yes.
They signed C.J. Wilson, Josh Hamilton, and then Randy.
That was the year. That was the year they were finally getting Trout as his team to make the playoffs. It just didn't work.
It's almost like maybe we should quit going out and getting these.
They signed Cole Hamels too, didn't they? No,
I don't believe so.
No, that's right.
He bounced around quite a bit.
Yeah, you're right.
Texas, Atlanta, a few spots. But anyway, we got them fourth. This is where I think we're going to differ. I've got an upset here.
Okay.
I've got the defending champs in third.
Okay.
Not a slight on them. I still think they make the playoffs. I really do. A lot of talent. But their rotation to start the year, like you're missing Scherzer, you're missing DeGrom. They've got Tyler Mahle, too. That would be intriguing. Come postseason, I wouldn't want to play them. Okay. Their lineup, holy crap, unreal. Marcus Semien, Corey Seager, Evan Carter.
I don't think they're pitching. Like, I'm usually all pitching. I don't think their pitching has to be that good at that lineup.
You know,
they're going to win a lot of 9-7 games.
That's fair. That's fair. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Josh Jung, I think he can take a step up. I love Wyatt Langford. I think the kid's legit. I really do. Heim at catcher, like top to bottom. I get you. Amazing lineup. But their rotation, I just don't see where the quality innings are going to be at. Like, you've got Evaldi to start the year, John Gray, Andrew Heaney, Dane Dunning. Where are the innings going to come from? Like, Evaldi's good for about 130.
They just got to make it through that first half of the season. They just got to make it through that first half of the season. And then you got to hope that your Scherzer and your DeGrom's coming together and they do what they're supposed to do.
Right. Which, I mean, we'll see. You know, when you got that upper 30s pitchers coming back, you know, we'll see. DeGrom off Tommy John, it'll be late in the season he comes back.
Yeah.
I think that's going to hold him back. You got the World Series hangover aspect. I think it's legit. It's a thing. There's enough working against them. Still, hell of a team. I've got them in third. Where do you have them?
I've got them winning.
Oh, crap.
I've got them winning again.
I think we should
in my third place, I've got the Astros.
Really?
I've got the Astros.
I've got them number 2.
Okay.
Number 2. Why are you so down on Houston? Interesting.
Well, I mean, they don't have the pitching they used to. They've still got they've got Javier.
Yep, they've got Javier. Verlander's coming back soon.
Yeah.
I think McCullers is still there, but I don't know when the hell he'll pitch.
Exactly.
Framber Valdez.
They've still got a pretty good lineup.
Amazing. That's what could make me wrong on this. The best 2 lineups are Houston, Texas, hands down.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, hands down. You roll out. I mean, shoot. Altuve, Bregman, Alvarez, Tucker. Their catcher, Yonder Diaz. Fantasy sleeper there. He has 30 homer pop at the catcher position.
Okay.
Like, they're Jeremy Pena. I could see him bouncing back. Chas McCormick was good. Like, they've top to bottom. Yes. Lineup.
They've got a very good lineup. I don't think their lineup's as good as the Rangers.
But who is?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Those may be the 2 best lineups in the baseball in the same division.
Yeah, that's fair. No, that's fair.
Well, minus, that LA team.
Yeah, they're kind of in a class of their own. They really are. We'll get to them. But the one thing I do like is the way they went about. I think they're lacking starting rotation. Their pen. You sign Josh Hader. You run it back with. They've got Rafael Montero. They've got Brian Abreu, who honestly might even have the best stuff in their pen. Who's the other one? Presley. They've still got Ryan Presley.
Yeah.
They could make games 5-inning games. They could 6-inning max.
Well, the thing is, that's if you want Hader to pitch 2 innings, which he's already said he's never going to.
I think he's Yeah, it's pretty good when you can go out, tell your manager when you're going to pitch.
Yeah.
And still get a $100 million contract as a free agent.
He's like, I don't do 2-inning saves.
I'm sorry.
And also, if it's not a safe situation, just call that other guy.
Call that other guy. I don't get paid for that. It's under my pay grade.
Yeah.
Then to be like, hey, I've been looking at the standings. I don't think we have a shot. I'm not doing this back-to-back bullshit. No, I'm sorry. I've got money to make.
I got soured on Hader last year because
I did too. I'm like, you still got a shot. Like, and I just. I get that way in a lot of sports. Like in college, whenever these guys, I'm going to go prep for the draft. I don't think I'm going to do this bowl game. Another subject. But I think you go out there, you got to build the face of the other 25 guys in the locker. And when you do that, not a big hater guy, but the dude's talented.
The dude is talented. He's got stuff.
Yeah. And for this, I'll say they have a very good pen. I've got Seattle number 1.
I've got them number 2.
Okay. Same reason as me. You're high on him. Pitching, and more pitching.
Young pitching. Young pitching
Absolutely.
that...
young but durable.
Young but durable, yes.
That's what's big. A lot of these young guys coming up, 200 innings is a pipe dream. Like Yuri Perez, sucks for fantasy. But Gilbert, Kirby, these guys, they're going to get you 200 in good innings.
Yep.
Castillo heads the rotation like 1 through 3. I don't think you touch
honestly, being a Cardinals fan, I'm just glad to see Castillo not in Cincinnati.
Oh, me too. Me too. Yeah.
Because he was a bane. Like, we could not hit him.
If it's not April, I'll give it to you. We could get to him in April.
First start of the year.
Dominican guy, I don't like this 30-degree BS. No. But after that, yeah, come May, June, we couldn't touch him.
Lights out, man.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Has he won a Cy Young, or has he just been kind of flirting with it a couple times?
If it wasn't for that April crap.
Yeah.
Maybe. And in Seattle, a little better weather. A lot of rain, but I think a little. I better check the geography on that one.
It's colder there.
I get that is a little farther north. Well, damn it! I was thinking the Bay Area effect, that coastal effect, but no.
Nope, it's pretty cold there.
It rains a lot there, doesn't it? All right, so we've established we're not doctors. We're definitely not meteorologists either.
All right, so
we'll keep rolling.
Wraps up our AL.
Yeah, well, hold on, I wasn't done. We got Brian Wu. I like him.
Oh, yeah.
I like Brian Wu. He's hurt to start the year, hoping it didn't much. I say this. Watch
we drafted him.
Or something. Yeah, that's something great. Bryce Miller, not real big on him, but still solid 5. Like top to bottom, great rotation. The lineup's underrated, I think. I love J-Rod. I got Cy Young thing.
He's okay.
And Scooble. He's going to be the AL MVP. Right?
The AL MVP.
I think I've been high on this kid since
I'm going Corey Seager.
Man. Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm going Corey Seager.
I hate it whenever I'll say something and you rebuttal. I'm like, damn it.
I'm going Corey Seager.
Good call. Yeah.
Honestly, I thought Corey Seager had a great shot of winning it last year. He just was on limited time. He missed 30 games.
If this Ohtani guy wasn't a baseball player, that kind of hurts.
Yeah, that
can do this Babe Ruth effect. Yeah, that's a struggle to get past.
He's still great in the games that he played. I think he only played about 110, 120 games.
He got to about 130. He had 2 minor IL stints. Yeah, minor. Yeah, but he was on the field. He was a better hitter than Ohtani. He was the best hitter.
But like I said, when you can do both at a high level,
yeah, that's kind of the unfair advantage.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you like that war?
This is the year if Seager is going to get his AL MVP, he's got to do this.
That's I can't win now. That's a good one. I love J-Rod. The power speed combo. I think this could be the year. He got a slow start last year. I think he can put it all together. I love the kid. They've got Jorge Polanco, Mitch Garver, and Pt1 nuts. They got Henniker back.
Okay, honestly, I'm going to go that there's 2. I'm going to say J.R. gets 3rd in AL MVP.
Oh, who's 2nd?
Bobby Wood Jr.
Yeah, I'm going to go J.R. over him, but that's fair.
They're almost identical stat-wise.
We should almost have a show on this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's split it up. Say we do an AL here, and then we split up and do an NL here in a minute.
Yeah. So anyway, I've got Seattle. You've got Texas.
Yes.
We've got Houston 2nd and 3rd, so a little parity there. But overall, I like it. So we've got, to recap, I've got, I've got Seattle winning the West. I've got Detroit winning the Central. And in the East, we agree, Baltimore.
Baltimore is our only winner that we have in common.
We do. Guardians, Rangers. I like it.
I've got the Guardians and the Rangers. I think that I would not be surprised if either of your picks hit either. I think that both those divisions, the Central and the West, the top 3 are kind of interchangeable.
Yeah, I agree.
The East, I think it's head and shoulders. The Orioles should be the best team.
I think so, which, that's why they play the game. You never know.
Yeah.
But I do. I think there's a lot in the West is so loaded. I mean, you put any of these teams in the Central, I think they win it. I mean, it's 1 through 3. I think Seattle.
I think if you put
Houston,
any
Texas,
of the other 10 teams in the other 2 divisions, they win the
That's fair.
Central.
That's fair. That's a good point. But I think the wild card comes from here. I think it comes from the West. And what would that be? Yeah, maybe one from the East. I
could see one coming from the East and one coming from the West. Honestly, I think both of them are going to come from the West.
Yeah, I think so. So I think that wraps our AL preview.
I think so too.
Well, on another video, we'll probably do further past that as far as the playoffs.
Yep.
But that's it for now.
So, all right, that's it for our AL picks as far as divisions. We'll be right back with our NL.